finally fixed my car. And the problem wrong with it is it was the throttle position sensor. So that's it. That nightmare. So I can't believe I didn't sleep and got pretty upset about all that being like that. But I planted some more collard greens today and some kale. Collard greens and kale. I planted quite a bit of it. Like I said before, collard greens and kale is a good deal. Now I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look around on eBay and I'm looking for seeds. Now I have the pack that I purchased before. These are Georgia Southern collard greens. Long name. Georgia Southern collard greens. And I'm gonna go to my history. Say October 1st, eBay is required to collect internet taxes in your state. They finally got that passed. Interesting. Hey, good afternoon to you as well there. Yeah, Miss Stephanie. I'm just saying I'm happy because I got thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you. I'm so happy because I got the collard greens done and I purchased this on eBay. I usually don't buy seeds on eBay because you don't know how old the seeds are. They got some reputable people on there. They'll actually give you percentages, which that could be just put up there as well. It'll say a 98% germination rate, something to that effect. You take that with a grain of salt. Let's see. Starting October the 1st, eBay is required to collect internet sales tax in your state. Interesting. Learn more. And then now, I knew they did it in Maryland. I knew they did that in Maryland. Register your tax exempt status with eBay now. Okay, that's what they want you to do now. Hello, hello, hello. Sure, Harris, how you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Register your tax exemption status with eBay now. So I don't know how they're going to do it from state to state to state. I don't know how they're going to do that, but they must have some kind of system set up. A lot of the big commercial stores wanted that done so that you and I couldn't compete with them over selling or reselling items from wholesalers. So they didn't want you in on it. So they said no. They can afford the lawyers to go from state to state to state and know what the tax rules, regulations are, but the average person can't. I don't know how they're going to do it, so I'm going to keep my eyes open. Okay, let's see. I'm on eBay purchase history, and I want to look and see what I paid for those. Oh, there they go. Collard green seeds. I paid 99 cents for them. It was 25 cents. It's a spinach. I don't want any spinach. And I think what I'm going to do is get some stuff I bought on eBay is like a crock. It was just busted. Isn't nothing without a doubt. No, I can't hide. Oh man, I tell you, giant. Okay, okay. It's everything. Those were giant tomatoes I bought like a year ago. Wow, this is This is really nice. I'm looking around and I'm thinking, hello, 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 everyone. I'm in a better mood today, and well, I'm always in a good mood. But because if we really look how lucky that we actually are. I mean, because I know we complain about things like car payments and then the rent and the mortgage and the food and the schools and everything. But I looked at a video and it showed this third world country where the kids were like not eating anything. They would go like 1 and 2 days without food, um, and they had to travel to go to work in the morning like 2.5 hours, and that was on some kind of bus that was barely running. It was completely packed full, and I said, "Oh my God!" And they lived in little huts, little huts. It wasn't a house; it was a hut. No running water, no sanitation, no bathrooms, none of that. And yet they still had hope that they would be able to do better. And when I look at that, and then I look at the way a lot of us live today, I look at it now, and we're fat because a lot of us are not all of us, but some of us are fat. I can speak for myself because we eat too much of the wrong foods, and a lot of and I go out to do karaoke, and I watch people drinking, and they drinking $8, $9 drinks, and I'm watching that, and the food that comes to the table is $30 a plate, and it's up, and I look at that, and I said, wow, we would be considered as very wealthy people in their country, in those countries, those third world countries, we would be considered extremely wealthy in those countries. So we pretty much got it a lot better than a lot of countries. And then you look at, I saw people running through the streets, attacking people. There was no police there. They would just rob you and they would injure you or cut something off of you. And I'm looking at this on this video. I'm thinking to myself, dang, I said, my God. And they would do it in broad daylight, go up and do whatever they got to do to somebody and just keep it moving. And didn't even worry about the law. Let's see. I am thinking about California. Cheeks all fat. But yeah, I'm growing food because I need to grow a healthy stock of food. I don't need to be growing stuff that I don't know where it came. I mean, eating stuff that I don't know where it came from. Trying my best. So I got collard greens and kale going, um, and I'm gonna keep that moving along because I know it's the right thing to do. It's fall now. It's 93 in Tennessee. It's 93 in Tennessee. In Tennessee, 93 degrees. My goodness. Now here it's about 70 in Maryland. Um, and that it feels a lot better now. 2 days ago we had 89 degrees. Was it 89? Yeah, something like that. And people were basically complaining. We get we get an inch of snow and people call off from school. They go, oh God, please, oh. It'd be like an inch of snow, and they shut the schools down. Wake up one morning with tears in my eyes. You had left me without a kiss or a goodbye. Thinking about you, girl. Turn off the lights and light a candle. Tonight I'm in a sexy mood, yeah. What do you call that? Yes, I'm in Maryland. Yeah, I'm in Maryland. I'm in Maryland. Yeah, all right. It's just a beautiful thing, you know. If you could, beautiful voice. Oh, thank you, thank you. I don't know why people keep saying that, but it's just I get caught sometimes, and I'll sing a little something. And at work, they want me this Christmas to do some Christmas songs, which, by the way, I will not do because I just don't want to do Christmas songs. I don't know. Kind of think I outgrew Christmas. Uh-huh. Every sky would be blue as long as you're loving me. Yeah. Here in Maryland and also in Baltimore City, if we get an inch, that much snow, they shut down some of the schools. Yes, they do. People are actually watching the news saying, "Oh, I hope my school closed today," and that's what they do. One time we had 3 feet of snow here, 3 feet of snow. Yeah, about 3.5 feet, and the whole everything that we know, deer. Everybody was panicking. They thought it was gonna stay like that forever. It started melting within about 3 or 4 days. I know you work hard and you need a break. Girl, without you, it just ain't fair. Mhm. You and me, girl, oh girl, go a long ways back. Oh, okay, that's what y'all do for floods in California. I've heard that in California, um, they have problems with certain reptiles. Is that necessarily true, or is it rare? You and me, girl, oh girl, go a long ways back, long ways back. You and me, girl, we go a long ways back. Okay. No, okay. Whenever they show pictures of California for when it comes to things that they may have problems with, they'll show like an alligator in a pool, or they'll say a snake was in the area, and some people were missing cats and dogs and things of that nature. And so I don't know what part of California that is in, but they always say California is where these reptiles were once released, and now that they're there, they're actually reproducing and doing quite well in that location because it's not cold enough to kill them. So here in Maryland, it gets so cold that no reptile could survive out in this unless. Well, wait a minute, I can't say that because we do have snakes here, but the snakes we have, some are poisonous, but those survive for some reason. They go underground and they do well. But when you talk about snakes like boa constrictors and pythons and alligators and that sort of thing, I mean, they would have to alligator on the way where he go when he gets down to 10 degrees. I don't know where would he go. And let me hold you tight, if only for one night. you'll never find as long as you live. Someone who loves you tender like I do. Thank you very much for clearing that up. It's usually a pet somebody released because we had one pet here that once got released and it wasn't no big deal. People were like, "Oh, okay," and then they had it wrapped up and put in a cage and sent somewhere. And you know how they go. Oh, my love, there's only you in my life. The only thing that's right. My first love, you're every breath that I take, you're every step I make. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. It is so nice being on this internet and looking around and talking to people. I'm totally, really. Whoa. Isn't that interesting? Isn't if this world were mine, I would place at your feet all that I own. Yeah. You've been so good to me. Uh-huh. Oh, baby, you're my inspiration, and there's no hesitation when you want me. Honey, just call me when I'm in your arms. Oh, the way that you do, mhm, the way that love me more, yeah, yeah. hmm Every sky would be blue as long as you're loving me, yeah, baby. Okay, we got all that cleared up. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the name of the song. Yeah, I have to. I'm working on that song because eventually, I'm gonna have to do that song because I have like a number of people that are listening and they're saying I want you to do that song, and I said okay, I'll learn it. But it's not just learning it, but actually learning the feel of the song, what it means. Because all singing is basically is a storytelling. And if you really break it down, it's really storytelling. What you I just want to, get this one amplification system called a Bose tower. It's about 7 feet tall. It's got this built-in uh, processor that, well, not a processor. It's not an amplifier. It's like a mixing a board that goes to it, and you can actually program it to the exact mic you're using as long as you're using what's in that list. And I remember going to a guitar store and it was called Guitar Center, and I sang in one of them, and I immediately was done. I couldn't believe that this thing sounded so perfect. You're my love, you're every breath that I take. Mhm. You're every step I make. What is that? No, let's see. No, everything in this climate, as far as growing it, is difficult to grow. If it's not a little cold hardy, it's not going to grow well here. Um, it's not going to grow well here. Uh, we can get pretty cold in the winter. It can get the coldest I've seen it here has been about I want to say 9 degrees, but I keep thinking one time it was actually 5 degrees, but it might have been just 9 degrees. Yes, yes, it is a very cold climate at times. It can get pretty cold. One look in your eyes, and there I see just what you mean to me. It's beautiful, folks. I looked at my apple trees today. They're doing beautifully. And I looked at Luther Vandross fan. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Luther Vandross man. Drops. Mhm. Look in your eyes, and there I see just what you mean to me. I'm growing potatoes, and they're actually trying to come back. And here it is leading into fall, and my potatoes are trying to grow. But I should have picked them. I grew them in a round container that was about 20 gallons, and they started outgrowing well, and I didn't really pick them. I just kind of, you know, left them there. I ate well, no, let me reiterate that. I ate some of them, but I didn't eat all of them. So what was left in there is starting to grow again. There's the story. There it is right there. Yeah, that will work. You're my love. Baby, I need your loving. I got to have all of your loving. Baby, I need your loving. Got to have all of your loving. Mhm. Sweet potatoes. Excellent. Excellent. Healthy food. And the great thing about sweet potatoes is this: you can grow them and no one will ever know you have them there but you. And I've seen some on some one of the channels here where the guy was pulling sweet potatoes out of the ground. They were so big. I mean, they were huge. And he claimed the only way to get them that big was to use this fertilizer. God, I can't call the name of it. It uses a man-made fertilizer. There's a bag of other additives that you mix all together. It costs an arm and a leg to buy it online, and I can't remember the name of it. Some famous person created it and swears that this is the only way that you can grow big potatoes like that. I would say it depends on what rotted the leaves. That's the leaf compost. I compost everything. Everything that I can compost, I compost. Leaves, branches, fruit. That is very true. Most foods but I mean, but then again, when you look at those pieces of fruit and these potatoes and bell peppers, and these are professionals growing this stuff, okay? And they're using uh, some of them are using science to do it, which means they don't care what it produces that's good for you. It just got to be big, because big sells. People go to the store, they see huge strawberries, they'll buy them. I mean, they'll buy them, and they can have very low amount of sugar in them, and they'll still buy them because they look great. And every time you eat them, you got to add a little sugar to them. Yeah, that's a strawberry I want. Yeah, that's it. But I like I used to grow them like this, about that big strawberry, and they were just as sweet as candy. Sweet potatoes taste much better small. Sweet potatoes taste much better small. I gotta weigh in on that. I think that as long as I don't let them get too woody as they get bigger, you know. Let's see. Next season, I'm growing to before grafting tomatoes. Grafting tomatoes. I don't want to get into that deep. I know it can be done, and and some people like doing it. Yeah, I say if you enjoy doing it, do it. That's what I say. Me, I'm probably going to grow one type of tomato this year. I mean next year coming up because I only want to grow a tomato that I know grows here. Because sometimes you can be going online and you can go to books, you can grab these tomatoes that will not grow well in your location. They will not do well there. The one that did well here this year was called the Cherokee Purple, and that did well. So it will most likely be Cherokee Purple again. I'll do about 8 plants, and I'm gonna tell you, uh, tomato is a heavy, god daggone it, a heavy feeding plant. I'm telling you, folks, it's a heavy feeding plant. That's something we're gonna will eat. And if you don't feed it right, you're not getting that much from it. You just gotta remember that your ground is actually just what you put in it. If you put food down there for these plants, they'll act right. It's no secret to growing anything. If you put enough down there, they'll give you what they got. They'll do it. I mean, you take a let's just imagine this. You take a you buy I'm not promoting anything. Let's say you bought a bag of cow manure, whether it be black cow. I like black cow myself. But you buy a bag of cow manure, and you dig a hole in the ground, but dig it like a bowl, not deep, but like a saucer. And you fill that daggone hole up with cow manure. Fill that hole up with cow manure. Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? And you put that one plant down in the center of that cow manure and grow that bastard in pure cow manure. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to have the sweetest tasting. That plant gonna go crazy and just start busting out all these tomatoes everywhere because you didn't hold back on the food. You fed the plant. You gave it what it wants. Give it a little bit of bone meal and some blood meal. Get a little bit of nitrogen in there, please. Them tomatoes gonna act crazy on you. I mean, just loaded up with food. Most people, they hold back the food. We go out there, there you go, baby. Give the plant a little bit of food there once in a while, and then the plant just like this, man, I swear to God. She is stingy on the food. I'm going to grow as much as I can so I can produce a couple seeds for my next generation, and then I'm going to just die. But if you feed that sucker, instead of producing 6 or 7 tomatoes, it'll give you 30, 40 out of one plant. And you'll say, there we go. Watermelon's the same. You ever try growing them suckers and notice that they'll grow a vine? If they get it, they'll grow enough of a vine and they won't give you anymore. And really the problem is not the plant, it's you. You hold it back on the food. You give it the food. It's like you raise the son. You want to be a linebacker. But you feeding that son of a gun lettuce and tomatoes every day. He's not going to really bulk up and get big enough to be running into 250-pound men. He's just not going to be big enough. But if you feed him meat and potatoes, he may not live as long, but he will definitely be big enough to run into somebody. Um, there was a car, it's called an MGB, I think some midget. When I was 15 years old, 16 years old, I picked up the front of that car. Um, and think about it. How much did I weigh back? I think I must have been about 230 pounds or something like that. And I was just all this testosterone. I was just strong as hell. And I knew I was stronger than the other kids because every time I would wrestle with them, I would throw them all over the place. And I just had this ample amount of strength. But at any rate, it's what you eat. It's what you eat. It's what you eat. It's all it is to it. That's why right now, my fruit trees have been fed already. They've been fed. They've been fed. So they will eat all winter long. They will eat. And all they're eating right now is leaves, lots of leaves, because leaves are starting to fall. They eat leaves, and then you got another thing, which is called the branches. When I do my pruning, people take the pruning parts, cut them up, and throw them away, or whatever. I don't do that. Hey, everyone. That's what I do. I mean, I feed them. I feed my trees. So my trees get really, I mean, you should see how big around and burly around the trunk they've gotten. Oh my goodness. And these are supposed to be little old dwarf trees. But I make sure they eat. I feed these trees. The smallest trees I have right now are my apple trees. And remember, they just got put in about 2 years ago. But they're starting to act crazy. They're starting to act crazy. Who's that lady Who's that lady? Real fine lady. Well, that's it for me, folks. This is the Morning Garden. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and do some figuring out on what I'm going to plant next year. Hasn't even got here yet, but I want to make sure I'm getting the right stuff in the ground. I'm going to do tomatoes. I'm going to do collard greens. I'm going to do some watermelon. Um, and I'm going to make sure I stock up on my cow manure before anywhere near. And this is why I call myself the morning gardener. Morning is just a word that simply means I get there early. And all I'm going to do is get there early. Here's my plan. I'm going to make certain that I have all my stuff stocked up even before winter is over. I usually buy all of my cow manure. I get it in bags. It's always frozen. When I'm bringing it in the yard, it's always frozen. I'm always walking through ice and snow and people say, why is this guy prepping for a spring garden and we're like 4 months away from spring or 3.5 months away from spring? That's how I do it. Um, buy early, prices are going to go up. Buy early, prices are going to go up. Now, that would be a spoiler alert, but we all know we're going to get hit. You don't need to, I like what you put there about buying early, but you really, truly don't need to go in these stores and buy stuff like fertilizer and stuff. You don't need to. If you want to, you can. You can go to, there's so many farmers around that will give you cow manure, but then again, you got to bag it up and all that kind of stuff. And you got to bag it up. And then you got to have a vehicle you want to carry that stuff and not your everyday driver, but something like a truck or something. I used to go into a store called, what's the name of the store called? It's not Lowe's. It's, God, what is it called? Home Depot. They will take all this fertilizer they will mark it down. They will start these clearances things. And once they do that, I go crazy. The reason why I get it is because I like to have sometime a fertilizer that I can store. And you can store for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and it's still going to be okay. Um, so when they put it up there, I bought like $300 worth of fertilizer last year. Got it for about $150. Yep. So I did pretty good. Maybe less than that. But I was buying the fertilizer. I had the fertilizer, and I have in my dry storage area. I have bags and bags and bags of fertilizer. That's what I have. I buy bone meal from. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see. You buy bone meal from Aces in my area. Let me tell you something about that. I didn't know they carried bone meal and stuff. I didn't know they carried that. Well, thanks a lot. Now that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know that. I wonder why they. I wonder why they. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. You're not saying that they mark it down. I got excited there. You say they sell it there. Okay. I got you. Walmart sells the bone meal. Last year I went to go get. I went in the store. They had this whole shelf, and I went crazy. I looked at the shelf and I saw fertilizers that were like $7 marked down to $1.95. I looked again, and it was in the dead of winter. Dead of winter, folks. Let me reflect for a second. Okay, I remember going in and seeing all these marked down items, bags, big bags like this, down to $2.15 or whatever. And then they had other bags. They had all different brands of fertilizer. And I ran actually to the garden department. I grabbed this flatbed. You know the flatbeds they have in those stores that use to carry lumber on. I loaded that sucker up. I went through the shelves, just grabbed everything down like that. Anything that was organic, I grabbed. If it was man-made, I didn't want it, but I wanted all of it. I bought bags and bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of blood meal. I bought bags and bags and bags and bags of full of organic, all kind of different brand names. I bought Dr. Earth, which was $7 or something. They were selling for $1.95 a bag. I cleaned up. I cleaned up. When I went over there to the register, the lady looked at the bags and looked at me, and she said, "Wait a minute, these are fertilizers," because she gardened a little bit herself. She said, "Oh my goodness, I look like you got it all." I said, "Yes, I did. Yes, I did." So I went home and no, I gathered up, paid for it. This is 30, 40, 50, 60, 60 bucks. I go, I go home and now I got to figure out where to put all these in the shelf. So I'm neatly packing everything, stacking them all up just like they were in the store. Go back to the store in 3 days. Boom! They did it again. They did it again. Oh my God. I went through the shelves. I looked and I said, "Oh my God, look at all this." And they had this fertilizer that's for blooms. Blooms. Say it with me now. Blooms. And so I went in there and I got all of this fertilizer for blooms, thinking I'm not going to be able to do much with this, but I'm going to get it anyway. And I got about, I loaded the cart up. The cart was full of these bags, and I got them from the clearance section. So I went and paid for it. Blah, 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 blah. Then I went home. Boom. Couldn't find out where to put all this stuff at. And I was stacking them on top of each other. Stacking them. I wanted to keep them up off of the floor. And I stacked them and stacked them. I filled up another rack across from my in my dry storage area. And so anyway, stacking them up. And then I said to myself, "That's right. These blooms are the same thing that you deal with when you deal with fruit trees." So once I looked at it and started looking at it differently, I said, "Wait a minute. What is a blossom but a bloom? What is a bloom but a blossom? One produces a larger piece of fruit, and one produces a flower." And all I did was, what did I do? I went ahead and cleaned up everything, did everything I wanted to do. Bada boom, bada bang. It was done, folks. I got it done, folks. I had so much fertilizer, and I still got the shelves down there full. And what I used this year was about, I think I want to say about 3 bags. 3 bags. And that was it. Now, if I have to get lucky, because somebody went in that same store and they bought all the bone meal. See, that's what I wanted as well. But since they had the blood meal, I said, well, I can get bone meal. So I started noticing that bone meal, they started cutting the weight in the bags. What they did, the bone meal, they cut the weight in the bags. They cut it. Are we going to get higher food prices? Yes. Are we going to get higher prices when it comes to organic foods? Absolutely. I mean, organic fertilizers? Absolutely, yes. Because they know you're trying to grow food. They know you're trying to grow food. They understand that. They're clear about that. Because I watch fruit trees that you used to be able to go on in the fruit trees used to go for a little or nothing, folks. They used to go for like 19, $20, $25. Those same fruit trees are 35, $40. There's one place called fastgrowingtrees.com, I think it is. And they want $100 for a fruit tree. They want $100 for a fruit tree. But my understanding is it's a big burly tree. So they're trying to sell you on the fact that, hey, we grew this tree for about 4 years, 5 years or whatever. So you're getting that. So here you go. Let me tell you something. The best trees, the best trees to grow in your location is going to be the smallest trees. That is a fact. The smaller trees will adapt to your environment a lot easier and a lot quicker. Now, I'm not saying get no little teeny little thing like I used to buy back in the day. I used to buy maybe as big around as some of them were smaller than an ink pen, and I used to get them for $10 a tree. And after about 3 years, they were big around as your arm. You know, because of how you feed them. Because I used to feed mine grass clippings. I used to feed them leaves. tree branches, tree, whatever I could cut off of a tree. I would, yeah. That's how I would do it. I didn't play around with nobody. I did pretty good. I'm just sitting here thinking about what I used to do. I mean, wow, that was incredible. Now I'm gonna have to repeat that because I want to grow more this year coming up. But I got to be mindful because a lot of times you could do a lot of harm in your garden by trying to grow too much. We know we've all done it, trying to grow too much, and then it gets out of control on you. So got to be mindful of that. Got to be mindful of that. Um, yeah, yeah, because sometimes you can try to grow too much, and it'll get away from you. It'll get away from you, and you won't be able to manage all of it. So you're actually wind up hurting yourself. And thank you for all them thumbs up. Look at that, 8 8 thumbs up, and that's what you want to do, folks. Is definitely make sure you find something that you love to eat and you grow it, and you also find something that will grow well in your location. And that's how you stick with what works. I'm trying to grow exotic stuff, bringing in. There was one guy, I still remember him. He's trying to grow these exotic payas or whatever they call them, mayas, and he lives in a different location where these things do not grow at. But he's got them in pots, and it looked real bad. And I looked at him and said, "Wow, he's struggling to keep that thing alive." But if your tree does well in your location, you can tell because you have to beat it off with a stick just to get it not to grow so big. Mm, if this world were mine. Well, thank you folks for tuning in. I appreciate you. A lot of you are pretty quiet today, but some of you are talking, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like to sit in and listen and just to hear a voice in the room because, gardeners are a unique breed. But thank you very much for tuning in, folks. And I'm going to go and look and see if I can find some seeds on eBay. Later. Keep on growing.